Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Woo! Put up the music. Let's start the show. Welcome, everybody. I am Mr. Poseidon, and we all have a little Poseidon in all of us. How's everybody tonight? Thursday night, getting closer to your weekend. Let's have a nice hello for my wife, Mrs. P. Oops, sorry about that cricket, but anyway. Cheers for my darling. All right, so let's put both of us up on the screen. There we go. All right, guys, so what's up? Let me lower this a little bit. This way we're good. I think the sound is all good. I think we're coming in good. Everything is fine. Everything is showing good. So, thank you, everybody, for showing up tonight to the show. It's not a big show tonight, as we could see. Oscar, how you doing? Welcome. Who do we got? B&D Jigging Adventures. How you doing? Got Elizabeth Hastings. Good evening, darling. So I want to let Elizabeth know that we have been thinking of what we're going to do, and we will be in touch. We're going to ask your permission, and you tell us if it's okay. And for those of you guys who do not know, Elizabeth and her husband, Stephen Hastings, had a very good friend. Actually, Ebeth Hastings worked with him. His name is Jimmy Moe. He passed away. He was an avid fisherman. She always said he was a good man. Maybe you could say a little bit more on that one, honey.
What?
About Jimmy Moe.
Yeah, just that
What you had read.
he was always excited about fishing, and they were so sad when he passed away, but realized when they saw our channel, they thought of him, and so that's why they sent us a gift. In his memory.
In his memory. So we have something planned, and we'll be getting in touch with you with that. How are you, Mr. Stephen Hastings? Good to see you. Mr. Todd Winthrop, good to see you. Let me say a couple of hello mores. Mickey DL, what's up, Mr. P? Good evening, Mr. Mickey. How are you, buddy? John Garcia, it's always a pleasure. Oscar Barrera, we go back a ways, buddy. Those waiters' shoes are still holding up. Jedi, good evening. Welcome to my show. Slim Jim, also welcome to my show. Thank you so much for coming to the show tonight. What I want to say is, and I want to start off by saying, is that I did do a little fishing. We'll talk about that in a minute, but the guys in the Hudson have been really catching some good fish. So I want to make a couple of announcements here. Honey, maybe you want to put up calls first. So Carl is with the American Anglers, and the other day he hit this 34-inch 7th. Yeah, that was it. It was a beautiful thing. What happened? Okay, no worries. There he is. Beautiful thing. You had it up.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the picture. Anyway, Carl is from American Anglers. He's an avid fisherman, been fishing for 30 years of his life. So here he is. Let's put him up. Okay. So this was the fish Carl got, not today, yesterday. Yesterday was a lot nicer day, as you could see. But that is 34-inch, 17 pounds. You can tell that fish right there, that female striper, is loaded with eggs. Beautiful fish, Carl. I mean, really a nice fish. Carl released it right away. Nice slow release. The fish took off on its own. Thank you for sharing that with us, Carl. I appreciate that. So, yeah, they have been hitting them at the Hudson. Put in the time, and you can do the same thing. No matter where you're fishing, just put in the time. Don't expect to go fishing just once and to catch that cow you've always dreamed of. Even though I have seen that happen. It always happens like that. But that's okay. So let's go on to John here. John, you can transition that over. There you go. So this was John also yesterday. Now, I heard he caught a little bigger one yesterday. I don't have that picture, but this one was 27-inch and 7 pounds. Now, that's a beautiful fish also. And if you could see the bottom of that belly there, I think it's also a female, just a younger one. But beautiful fish, John. Thank you for sharing that with us. Awesome picture. So I want to talk to you guys about me today in fishing. So I'll show you my picture in a minute, but I want to show you. So the setup that I use primarily in the East River, right? So I use a Hatteras weight.
In the East River?
Excuse me, did I say the East River? I'm sorry, that's where I grew up. But the Hudson River. So basically, I use like a 3-ounce Hatteras weight, as you can see here. I think these weights are great. No problem at all. And I also use a slider, weight slider, or, you know, basically you hook it on and you run your line through it and it slides back and forth. Why? Because if you're using a bait runner, I didn't use my bait runner today, I should have, but when you use a bait runner, basically you can take the line as let me put this on for you. So if this is laying on the bottom and your line is running through this one, and remember, these guys, when you buy these, buy the thick barrel. These are thick. They're not going to easily go through your braided line. I've never had one happen. But there are thinner ones, and they go through your braided line. Like, the braided line will slice them. But anyway, run your line through it, and what happens is the fish will take the bait, because on the other end of this is your leader, right? And then you have your little, got the hook, the bloodworm. So basically what's happening is the fish is grabbing it and it's running with it. And what happens is that on your bait runner will start to spin your spool, and you can just easily click it up. It'll lock it in, and hopefully that circle hook that sits in there will lock it up. But I want to show you what happened to me. So basically this is me. This is my leader. I make this all myself. So it's not easy for me to make these. I put about 40 to 50 pound leader, and people ask me why, because when I wrap my hand around it, it doesn't hurt. I can pull up a decent pound of fish, and it won't hurt at all. So the knot I use on the end of this is a snell knot. I don't know if you could see that from there. Maybe we'll put on my wife so we can get a close-up on this.
I don't think that works.
Will it work, honey? It does. If you move out, let me see if you move out.
I move out?
It should. There it is. See it, guys? See it right there? Look at that. Look at that nice snell knot I make. It's a simple snell knot. If you look online, I make it on one of them. And on the other end, we got does anybody know what these are called? Yeah, let me get this in focus. All right, so anyway, so I got my leader on the end of this. It's about 40 to 50 pounds. And what happened is, so when I'm putting these on, right, I wrap this around a channel lock. And I was able to pull real tight when I'm tightening the knot on this, the leader knot. And what happened is the swivel here, I grabbed the plier with the swivel and I pull back on both. So I'm able to pull it really tight. So when I pulled it tight, guys, I think I stretched it. And I'm going to tell you guys, I lost a big fish today. It hurts still because I did lose the fish. I even had a witness there. But I was pulling in the fish, and it was horrible. I saw the fish. I saw the head. It was humongous. I don't want to say how big it was. Like, it was close to 96 inches. No, I'm kidding. It was not close to 96. Not at all. But it was a big fish. I would say at least I put it in the 28 to 30 inch, and I'm being modest because I know big fish. So anyway, I remember the last time I saw him, he came towards me, and he just rocketed to the bottom. And right at that minute, it snapped. So I thought maybe I didn't tie the knot right, or the knot came loose. Well, when I looked at it, the leader itself with the swivel, that didn't break. It was below the knot that it broke. So I was like, how the heck did that happen? So I started thinking, well, when I tightened this, I tightened it too hard. When I wrapped it around the tool and I pulled the tool and I had the pliers on this and I pulled, I stretched the line over here. So I made it weaker and the fish broke it off. So even though it says 40 pounds, doesn't mean that you could stretch your leader line. That stunk, man. It was a terrible feeling. So I realized I'm never going to do that again. I was overdoing it. Put on a glove or something, tighten it up good, and that should be sufficient. No, I had to put on tools and go, yeah, this is good. This is never going to break. I'm never going to lose this knot. Well, it was worse. The actual line snapped. That was the messed up part.
Oh.
But I lost that striper, and it hurt a little bit. But anyway, I want to show you what I did get today. Nothing big, but I want to show you guys anyway. There it is right there. So that was today. I caught that. I was real happy. It's about a 23-inch striped bass. You got to do. Look, Brent Metadiri wrote, guys, if you know this guy and you see him, his name is Brent. I know this guy all my life. Dynamite fisherman. He's a boat fisherman. He loves boat fishing.
Hey, Brent.
How you doing, Brent, buddy? So we also got Wolf of Rhode Island, and that reminds me, and I'm going to bring up also, you're going to read something from Bruce. This is from Bruce Bain. I think, Wolf, you know him. I want you to read. Bruce wrote this to me today. And Ebeth and Steve Hastings, I know you'll appreciate it also because of Jimmy Mo. And we can't wait to do what we're going to do for Jimmy Mo. We can't wait. So Romina, excuse me, my wife, Mrs. P. You guys know her name is Romina.
So yeah, Bruce Bain had a little bit of a bad news, but he says one of our brothers, Ron Deso, who's an avid surfcaster, and he's also an FDNY member. He lost his 11-year-old daughter, Regan, over the weekend. She was a special needs child since birth. So everyone, if you could please say an extra prayer for him and his family, that would be nice. So that's a little bit of a sad news.
I appreciate that. Okay, Romina.
Bruce Bain.
Right. Okay. Let me put this one on. There we go. My wife is very emotional, even with me. She'll see me leaving for work at night. I'm a night shift worker. And she'll see it's cold out, and she got a hat on, and she like almost tears when I leave. And I'm like, listen, stop. It's over now. I'm going to work. I'll be right back in the morning, I promise. But, yeah, I want to say again, thank you, Bruce, for sharing that with us. And that goes out to your...
Ron Deso, and he's also on Instagram. We can put his link on.
Yeah, we'll put that and on the bottom, and that would be nice if you can give him a nice prayer. I mean, you guys who are here tonight are my everyday guys that come all the time, whether there's a prize or there isn't a prize. But there's always a prize on my show. I think from the beginning, I don't think there's ever been a show without a prize. So basically, I'm going to do something a little small tonight. That'll be at the end of the show. Valdoy Glover, thank you for coming by. I appreciate that. James Brown is here. Hey, James Brown, welcome. James Brown was in the hospital. He also had, I hate to bring this bad news for you, but it all is good news because James Brown is here. But James Brown went fishing out in Long Island. James, you can repeat that area. I think it's the construction site. He stepped on the slab. The slab kind of rocketed him like a slingshot into more rocks. He went to the hospital. He's healing right now. He's home. So, James, we haven't forgotten you. And everything is shaking. What's shaking with you, James? Hey, how you doing, James? Put on that music for James. James, you ready? How's that back feeling, huh? A little better? All right. So, James, I hope you get well. The work docs. There it is, the work docs. Anybody who doesn't know out there, James is going to put a push for it to get it barriered off because it is dangerous. Look what happened to James. He's a safe guy. He doesn't take chances, and he got hurt. But so for you guys out here on this site, at least you know about it. If you get out there, you know that.
See, James says his son is FDNY, James Brown's son.
Oh, wow, James. Wow. So I want to let you know, James, that I was at the World Trade Center in 2001. I worked in the building. I'm an operating engineer. And, I was there that day. I lost a couple of buddies of mine on my crew. There was a lot of FDNY guys there. A lot of those guys lost their lives, as you know, and all prayers go out to them. But that was a rough time, James. That was a rough time for me, for everybody, for every single firefighter out there who put his life. Those guys put their life out there, and don't ever forget that, guys, because it's a fact. All right, let's not get too emotional. Hey, Jason Palmatieri's here.
Hey, Jason.
Welcome back, Jason. It's nice to see you, buddy. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for coming to my show. Oscar, 343. What is that?
I don't know, Oscar. What's up?
Oscar, what's up? Tell us. What's 343? I was in charge of the Dutch Bank deconstruction. Wow. James Brown, we're in the same field a little bit, I feel. I'm always there on the startups. Beautiful. What else do we got out there?
Today, was anybody fishing today? The weather was...
Yeah, has anybody gone fishing? Has anybody been doing...
Today.
So, I tried... Okay, let me tell this one. So Sunday night in a specific area out in Long Island, what happened was I had a friend call me up and say, hey, listen, this was Sunday's show. And I told him that I'd stayed up till 2 in the morning the night before trying to get the show off for Sunday night, trying to get the computer working right. And I did, but it was 2 in the morning. By 4 o'clock or 3:45, my alarm clock goes off. It's time to go to work. So that was my last day. As far as this week, I'm off. I do 12-hour days, 7 days a week. It's not that easy, but I do it. So now the week off, what happened was Sunday, when I came home after work, I only had basically, an hour's preparation time? My wife handled a lot of it. So I came in, I had the show, and after the show, I was completely exhausted. I had 2 hours of sleep in basically 48 hours. I wanted to sleep, so I couldn't go with those guys. I was afraid I was going to fall asleep on the way out there. So those guys went out that night, and they killed them. That night, they got nothing under 15 pounds. It was just like as many times as you could cast out there, that's as many fish as you're going to catch. That was an incredible night from those guys. I won't post any pictures of that until the time is right. I just want to mention that Joe Biajavenka, that's Hellish Storm. He's always on here. He's working right now. But he's going to be on the show Sunday. You'll be able to see some of those fish he got on that Sunday night. Well, anyway, that Sunday night was over. I couldn't go. Monday came. They called me. I had something to do already planned. So I couldn't go. Monday, they hit him again. Joe told me that night he got 7 or 8. I think it was 8, he told me. Nothing under 15 pounds. Now, for a lot of us like me, if I catch 8 striped bass that weigh 15 pounds a piece, I think the show's over for the rest of my life. But I felt so good. I was so happy for him. He says, you got to come out. You got to come out. So I followed his advice. And remember, guys, it's called fishing. It's not called catching. So I went out with him that night. I went out with him, and also Lure Walker was there. I met him there. He was there. So we all went fishing together that night. And that night, I know I scored about a 23, 24-inch fish. I do have that on, but sometimes I don't like putting up just a small fish. And I'll probably put those up together, the one I got today and that night. But I did have something a little big in the end. And I got to tell you the story. When I caught it, I almost had it in. It was about 10 feet away from me. And I remember it was fighting me, pulling me back like this a little. So as I'm pulling back, I guess it ripped out of its lip or whatever. I didn't have a good catch. And the thing shot at me. I could see it because it was a white SP minnow. So I could see it in the dark. I could see from the reflection of the moon. It was coming towards me. It happened to be my fishing rod was directly in front of my head. And bang, it hit it with force. I was very lucky that it didn't hit me. But I want to thank Joe Biajavenka, also Lure Walker, for bringing me out to that spot. I appreciate it, guys. That was very nice of you to do. We all scratch each other's back, but you got to know whose back you're scratching. Remember that. Remember that to everybody. That's a little bit of advice. So we had a good time. I got that fish, and I lost that other one. It's always the one that got away. Why do we always got to talk about those?
I know.
It's terrible, isn't it? It was like you. The one that got away, we thought, and then we reeled it in, and it was a 2-inch snapper on it. And I was like, well, that's why you didn't feel it. Didn't get away. You got it. You didn't get skunked that day, did you? It's a beautiful thing. Let's see who else came into the room. Lance J. Good evening, Lance J. Good to see you, buddy. It's always a pleasure. I'm glad you came in. Gabriel Guzman, welcome. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. B.
Gabriel.
Gabriel's a dynamite guy, without a doubt. I'll be fishing tomorrow night. So I don't know if I'm going to go to one spot or another. We're going to find out tomorrow. We're going to go with a buddy of mine. We'll see what we can do. It hasn't been a great fish for me. It has for other guys. As you can see, Carl from American Anglers, he scored a nice fish, that 34-inch, 17-pound, and John Francisconi, king of the fishermen. What can I say?
He really does good. Right?
He always does good, absolutely. So let me see who else we got here that I haven't mentioned. I hope I got everybody. If I haven't, please scream out your name. So I want to mention really quick in the middle of this video. So my subscribership has been going up. I've been very excited with my wife. I think today we were at 474, which is coming quick for that 500. So I'm going to hold off for that prize. Why? Because I want to make it a good prize at 500. So you guys can imagine. Most of my gifts are very nice. And I want to stress here, right in here, no money, no anything like that will be used. It will always be my money used for it. It's my money that's used for this product. Now, maybe one day you guys can help me out and I can get 100 subscribers. So when a company like Van Thal sends me something, hey, I'm giving this to my subscribers. What do you think, honey? Can we do that? It's a beautiful thing. Hey, baby, I'll see you later. Alligator, huh? Most of these young guys will be like, what is he talking about? Later, alligator. I don't get that. Got to watch the Flintstones. Oh my God. I hope I don't get copyrighted for that. But anyway, it's terrible. Everybody just wants to make money off you these days. And I'm not even making any money. I'm pouring it all in. Everything's just rushing in. And YouTube's going, don't worry about it. Everything's good. Yeah, okay.
Oh, look,
thank you.
Stephen had a tip.
Yes.
Further up the chat. But
tell me.
Instead of using your split on heavier mono, like 50 pounds, he applies a small amount of chapstick to the knot when he pulls to tighten everything.
I promise. Oh, Stephen, that's a good one.
Steven.
Now, you heard of that. Now, look, basically what I do to my knots is I could put them in my mouth and I go, I don't want to do that anymore. Chapstick must be a lot better. Why? It's a lot more slipperier than saliva. I can tell you that right now. Imagine the nice tightness you must get.
And Oscar says also that he keeps a tub of Charmex lip balm in his bag.
There you go. Two guys that think alike. I like that because you know what that says? That's a fact that works, guys. So there it is. Where's my chapstick, honey, that I had? Hold on.
I guess any old chapstick.
So this is cherry lapstick. Cherry stick, you know? Can you imagine what a stripe is going to be like? It's going to be like, what the? I want to suck on that little knot there. It's got some cherry stuff on there. Wonder if that's Jolly Rancher cherry. There ain't no better flavor than that. But I'm going to use that. I'm going to try it next time. I was looking for the chapstick that we're going to shoot off here because if there's a chapstick that's good enough for a surf fisherman, it's the best chapstick in the world. Why do I say that? Because the surf fisherman's in the water. Okay, look, I like boats. I'm not even going to say anything bad about boats. But when you're in a boat, yeah, you can get water splashed on you, but not as much as a surf fisherman. You got to be honest. We're in the water. Sometimes I'm getting waves smashed in my face. Did I ever get a wave smashed in my face, honey?
Sure.
Oh, you don't know how many times. You want to do one of these? Let's go silent for a minute. So I have a button here, so just in case anything looks like this.
It's a good sound effect.
Okay, let's go back to the real sound effect. Okay. So as I was saying, the chapstick. Use the chapstick. Thank you, Stephen Hastings, for bringing that up. Thank you, Oscar El Baera, for backing it up. And I'm going to try it, whether it's cherry or whatever. Put a little wax on there. And he's right. I never thought about that. I was used to use my mouth, no matter what I did. Braided line. I bet you it works great on braided line. And what happens is it's going to slit right in there. It's going to soak it in. It's going to be able to tighten so much better. Stephen Hastings, you got some good advice for me. I know you're a good fisherman. I'd be very, very proud to fish with you one day. Let me fix that. M&K Outdoors. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. P. So M&K, I want you to know, when you receive your package, there's something missing from my shelf here. It was the lucky seahorse that I always loved. I had that seahorse, I think, what, 69 years now? How old am I, 57? Okay, so I had that seahorse for quite a few years. I want you to have it, Kaylee. I want you to put it on your desk. It's for good luck. It gave me good luck, and I want you to have that same startup. I put some other things in there for your startup studio. M&K will be doing live streams just like me online, and Kaylee probably knows more than me, and she's, how old is Kaylee? I never even asked. M&K, how old is she? Mike's Fishing Adventures. I want to say hi to Mike while we're waiting. M&K, awesome. Kaylee's right here. Thank you so much. Absolutely. We'll get that answer. Good evening, Mike. I saw your new video. Guys, I want you to know,
Hey,
Mike makes some very, very, very cool videos. I saw it tonight, Mike. I liked it. I also left a comment on there for you. Navajo Angler. Good evening. Welcome to my show, Navajo. I think Navajo Angler might be from Italy, correct, honey? Straight from Italy, the Navajo Angler. Good evening, buddy. Mike's Fishing Adventures. I love you. I love your videos. And and the most important thing here, guys, Mike is a very good fisherman. He is a very good fisherman. Watch his videos. I love Mike. And I love the way he says my name. Mr. Poseidon, it's a good to meet you. I was like so happy. Thank you, Mike. You're the best. We're going to go fishing this summer. We'll be in different areas. We'll be in Mike with Gelso, Adrian. The whole gang will be there. And if you guys want to join us, you got to have a lot of money. Dino S.
Hey, Dino.
You know who Dino is? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce my brother. My only brother, Dino. Dino, thank you, my brother. Thank you for coming to my show. I appreciate it. He is the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's my brother, Mike's Fishing Adventures. Dino, he's the best. I hope he's my brother. It could be another Dino.
Could be another Dino S.
Could be another Dino S. There you go. Elizabeth Ace. Hi, hi, M&K Outdoors. Ebeth Hastings. We're going to have such a surprise for you, Ebeth. We can't wait. We cannot wait. We're going to write you a DM on Instagram very soon. We're going to ask for your permission on a few things. And if that all goes well, it's going to be nice for Mr. Jimmy Moe. Jimmy Moe, for those of you guys who are coming in now, Jimmy Moe's a very close friend of Ebeth and Stephen Hastings. Ebeth worked with Jimmy Moe, very close with him. All she said was nice things about him, how good and charming, and he was always around. He was always talking about his fishing. So Jimmy Moe passed away, and it's nice to be remembered, especially when you pass away, and it's nice to be remembered. It's nice to be talked about. That's why people have streets named about themselves. I wish I can do that. But we have something very nice planned, and I hope that they're going to appreciate it. And knowing Stephen and Ebeth Hastings, they will appreciate it because they are good people. We thank you again very much, very much, very much. Also, we have, who else do we have out there that we should say hellos to? I think that's it for tonight. Everybody's here. So what else do I want to mention, honey? So, yeah, let me mention to the, we had Ernesto Reyes. Good evening. What's okay, buddy? It's always a pleasure to have you. So I want to mention to the dads, the moms out there, you have kids, you never tried fishing before. I think that sport, the fishing sport, can really, it touches me. We tried to have kids. We couldn't have kids. Long story. Maybe one day we'll talk about that when we got 19 million subscribers. Right now, we'll save that one. Anyhow, I've always wanted to have kids. So the moms and dads out there, if you got kids, there isn't any sport out there better than fishing. Let me lower the music for this one. And there isn't any sport better out there than fishing that you can go fishing together and you can talk. And the little young guy or the little young girl will come up to you and daddy and mommy and how do you do this and take them fishing with you. That is the best. I've always dreamed about that. Taking all my nieces and nephews, Matthew Verdi, who follows me also, and also is subscribed to my channel. I've taken him. We've gone fishing together as when he was a kid, And now he's a man, and now he wants Montauk. And I'm like, are you sure you're ready for that? Listen, Uncle Eric, I'm 96 years old. What do you think? I think you're ready. So we're going to go this year together. I can't wait for that one. Dynamite kid, growing up with him. And so going back, take your kids fishing. Now I'm going to give you an example. I brought this up because of M&K Outdoors. If any of you haven't followed them, we're going to leave, again, a description on the bottom of this video. If you're listening for a first time and you don't feel like making, hey, Brian, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Brian from San Diego. Welcome, Brian. Welcome to my show. It's always a pleasure. Thank you. But I want to mention to the people who are watching, oh, I hate when I forget what I say. What was I saying?
You were going to say M&K.
Yes, M&K. We're going to put a description on the bottom. If you want, we'll also put a link to the video where I interviewed them. I'm sorry, anybody who has to hear the double echo. We're working on that now. My card came in today. It's actually installed right now. I'm not having any issues as far as overheating, but we have to see in the future what's going to happen with the live calls. We'll be doing tests very soon, since I just installed that about 3 hours before the show. Other than that, M&K, follow them. Daddy-daughter combination, the best. Pictures all the time on Instagram. Dynamite mother-daughter combination. You've got to check them out. They are really good people, good parents. Mom doesn't really like to go fishing that much, but she takes some great pictures. Some of those pictures you're going to see are super unbelievable. Anyhow, so let me see. Who else do we got? Lance J. Get the kids outdoors. Absolutely. Get those kids outdoors. Trust me. They like this. They love this. They love this. They love this.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
put them on the rod. Tell them, give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Make sure this fish. Oh, my goodness. Make sure this fish. Make sure, because the second time it's going to be like, I don't want to go fishing. It's boring. Make sure this fish. Bring them somewhere where they're going to catch like 30-pound striped bass. The minute he feels that striped bass, he's going to be like, I dropped my phone in the water, but hey, I love fishing. Trust me, you know what I'm talking about. It was like that for all of us. It was like that for me when I reeled in that first fish in the East River as a kid when all my friends were laughing at me. And when I brought home that fish, I had it in the East River water in a bottle. It was basically almost dead, but it was still like breathing. It was a little snapper, tiny one. But I caught it, and I was so happy. And I was like, this is it. Dad, let's go fishing. 24 times, 24 times we never caught a fish.
Aw.
But it's what drove me with him. He wasn't really a sportsman type guy, so, you know, that's the way it works out. He was a good father. My father was great. My brother was great. My mother was great. We all have our issues with family, you know. Ma, stop already. I'm not a kid anymore. Mom will always look at their kids as kids,
Yeah.
period. That's not going to change. And don't expect to be the first to change it. But it's a good feeling that she treats you like that. And you go, come on, come on. Come on. 57 years old. I'm 96, 47. Doesn't matter. She's looking at you as her baby. Always, 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 always.
Oh, look, Stephen has another tip. Hooked
Yeah.
on Fishing, Not on Drugs is a program for kids to get out and fish. You have to Google the event, and you can take your kids.
All right, so there you
kids.
have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to
That's a good
repeat that again.
program.
Stephen Hastings, Hooked on Fishing, Not on Drugs, is a program for kids to get out and fish. Just Google the event and take your kids. There you go. And also, again,
That's cool.
it is cool. I like that. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen's a great guy. And his wife give us great tips. All right, B&D jigging. My 2-year-old runs around the house screaming, fish on, all the time. Can't wait to get him out there and make some memories together fishing.
Oh,
Isn't
that's
that
great.
cool? Can you imagine being a pop? I mean, can you imagine being a pop or even a mom?
Yeah.
And you're sitting on the couch and you're watching your favorite show, and in the background you hear, fish on. Man, that must be great. That must be great. I
So
love
cute.
bringing my nieces, nephews. Well, they're second cousins, a lot of them, but they still call me Uncle Eric. Leaving for Florida tomorrow. Fishing on the Gulf. Wow, Brent. Dynamite. What are you going to be fishing for? Is there, what, sailfish down there? I don't know Florida, but I'm going to do these trips now that I have my YouTube following. I'm going to do those trips 100%. Tell me what you're going to be going down there, Brent. I'm going to be waiting on you. Thank you for coming on, Brent. What a dynamite guy came on my channel. I wonder if he's going to go on a boat. What's that?
I wonder if he'll go on a boat or off the
I'm still going to try it. I've gone on boats many times. Kick after they just legalized pot in New York. Tarpon, redfish, etc. Absolutely. I know about tarpon because I've watched plenty of videos. Yeah. And when I go down there the next time, I will be trying myself. Just not anywhere near alligators or crocodiles, whatever's down there. That's a scary thing. We walked out that first time we went across. What was that, across highway in Florida we did?
Alligator Alley.
Alligator Alley. So we saw some alligators on. So I was like, let's get out. And we're looking at these alligators, and I look on my right, and there's one standing there. Okay, wasn't super large, but that 7-foot alligator would have tore me up if he got me. We were very lucky. He must have been full. He didn't come after us. I got back in the car, and I realized what a dumb thing I just did. Whew. You guys are all subscribers, man. I'm here. Thank goodness. Anyway, you should put on a tarp on that beard.
Brent.
There you go, buddy. He knows me very well. There was a time where I couldn't grow 2 little hairs out of there. But anyway. All right, so, guys, I'm going to let you know that I'm going to put up a little small prize tonight. Nothing outrageous, but I always have to do my giveaways to you guys, especially you guys showed up. Please, at the bottom of this video, since you guys are all here, at the bottom of this video.
Once it posts.
Yeah, once it posts, just leave a comment. It includes everybody, and I want everybody in here. It breaks my heart to not see some of the people who have been in the room and don't put it on. And I know you're trying to be nice, but it would make me feel good. I was always very giving ever since I've been a kid. It's just been me. Christmas time did not turn me on when I got my present. I knew what I was getting it. But what made me so happy on Christmas was setting up my brother's gift, setting up mom's gift, setting up dad's gift. Dad's gift was easy. It was a tie every year, some kind of Christmas tie, but my mom and my brother always had to be special. You know, those gifts, I couldn't wait. Like I said, I knew what I was getting. I was getting whatever. You know how Christmas works. Ma, I want this. Dad, I want this. But
yeah, so enter
that's
a
how
comment
it was.
To
Yes.
be in the drawing.
Yeah, so enter the comment. I keep forgetting to leave a comment. Don't you dare, Lance. You left one once. We kept calling your name. You weren't in the, if you look at the prior videos, you'll see. But anyway, that's okay. I'm glad that you come, Lance. You're a good guy. You always come to my show. So let me get out the...
What are you going to get?
I'm going to get the prize that isn't here. Here it is. All right.
Oh, that's some bag over there.
It sure is. All right. Here it is. A lot of you are looking at this going, no reel tonight? No. 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 It's not every night, guys, that these things happen. But this is a Sports Professionals squid jig, a 1 ounce squid tail. It's got like that, let me put it on my wife's camera. Hold on, honey.
Wait, I have to get it out of the...
No. This one should work because there it is. Guys, there it is. You see it? The Spro. Look at that look at that little squid tail. 1 ounce. This is good on a jetty or even off the beach. It's only 1 ounce. And you might even pick up a fluke with this one once in a while. But dynamite little thing. So just leave a comment. We'll put it in the raffle for who wins it. And Spro makes some nice jigs. Yes, they do. They definitely do, James. James, I appreciate you coming. Stephen Hastings, good fluke fishing jig for boats. Absolutely. As for in a striper, you try to keep them off the ground. Just off the ground, because they're bottom feeders. Don't let them bang, because they're probably not going to take them. But As you can say, Stephen Hastings just said, good fluke fishing jig for the boats. Boats will drop these on the bottom, and I know that they bounce them. And the fluke will attack these things right here. So nice little gift. Guys, I want to say thank you. And before we, Brent, if you don't know, that's Brian from San Diego. So I want to let you guys know, thank you very much for coming to the show once again. Looks like a 2 ounce. No, it's a 1 ounce. Let me put that up on my wife's, just to show that again. Let me see if we can get that in there. There we go. There it is, buddy. 1 ounce. 1 ounce. There it is. There it is. 1 ounce. Just to let you know. Just to let my subscribers know. Thank you for that, Jim, though. Could have been a 2 ounce. Sometimes I look at these things after a couple of sips of my Poland Spring pineapple. My wife's laughing. All right, so I'm going to give it a shot. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be going fishing again. We'll see if I can come up with anything good. I want to tell everybody, and to the people who are on here now, let me go up really quick. James Brown, Lance J, Jason Palmatier. Spro makes a nice bucktail for the beach. They move the eye to the front of the head so they swim right when retrieved horizontally. Do you hear that? Listen, I want to tell you guys, if you want information from a surf fisherman, and we all know what we know. We all have our ways, our beaches, what areas we fish, and we know how to fish them. But that man right there, Jason Palmatieri, he knows his rigs. Jason gifted me this beautiful, I'm going to show you guys really quick, this beautiful YouTube. Oh, God. And on the other side, it says, Mr. Poseidon. What a plug. What a plug. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. You can see that on one of the videos. I describe it totally.
It's one of a kind.
It's one of a kind. There is nobody with that on there. When you see somebody using a Mr. Poseidon lure, either I gave it to him, which I'm not giving this one away, or he found it because I used it and I snapped the line, and that's never going to happen. I'm not using this. So if you find anybody with this, get it back. I want it. It's mine. Thank you, Jason, for that. It was very nice of you. But also to the people who are listening for a first time, please subscribe to my channel. Me and my wife work very hard at this. We try to bring you the best content. I try to bring you some good videos this week. I already went fishing 3 times, and I haven't come up with anything big, but I always try, because putting in the time always reveals results in the end. Remember that. Remember that. Fish correct. Fish with licenses. Fish with your permits. Fish the tides. Fish the moons. Fish what you think is going to work for your area. And if it works, keep doing it. Don't stop. Let me continue. Lance J. Who else we got? Brian. Thank you for showing up, Brian. Please say hello to your lovely wife and to your 2 kids. You can always tell them, the Mr. Poseidon, he is one crazy man. Let me tell you some stories. Tell them, Brian. Tell them. Brent Medidiri, thank you very much for coming to my channel. Oscar Baera, B&D Jigging Adventures. Thank you all.
Here,
Scott Charleston. I'm one of the 13. Oh, you know who that is? All right, guys, so let me start by saying that I saw their videos and they came to my channel. So it's Scott Charleston. Am I saying that right, honey? Charlton, there you go. So they come from a site on YouTube, or a, what do we call it, a page?
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. And they're called 1323...
Girls or something?
Yeah, girls. 1323 girls. That's it. 1323 girls. They make absolutely fun videos if you like comedy. Something in the range of like the Benny Hill thing. I love that. I love Benny Hill. Oh, I don't want to say anything copyright. The smacking in the head. It was great stuff. But I want to tell you, Mr. Charleston, that thank you for coming to my show. I appreciate it. I did see your newest video. I thought that was hilarious. It's about a 20-second video. Check them out. 13, like the number 13.
It We'll put a link, but it's the word spelled out, 13, and then the number 23 girls.
Yes, thank you. See, 13, 23 girls. What a good woman I have. If I had any of you, you guys have me slaved down right now. Bring me coffee now. Yes, darling, here. I'm kidding. Thank you for coming to my show. I appreciate it. For anybody listening for a first time, this Sunday, I want to advertise right now before I forget. We're going to have on a guest. It's going to be Joe Benzavenka. Joe Benzavenka. So I'm going to let you know a little info about him. Been fishing all his life. He's got some beautiful pictures of big fish. Oh, my goodness. Sorry about that. My mouth is very dry right now. So he's got some pictures of some big fish, including what he did on Sunday and Monday. He's a dynamite fisherman. I've met him before. Super terrific person. We're going to see some articles about him in papers that they've wrote about him. I'll show you all the pictures. We should have a nice show Sunday. I'd appreciate it if you guys came. It's 7 p.m. That's 7 p.m. Eastern Time, United States Eastern Time, for the, spell it out, 13, 23 girls. Dynamite girls, thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you. Other than that, Ebeth Hastings and Stephen Hastings, again, thank you very much. It was very nice what you did, and we're going to be repaying that back double fold because your friend Jim Moe, who we're all going to remember and we're all going to know, especially to my subscribers, very nice guy, fisherman, worked with Ebeth. Thank you very much for sending that. Anybody else, anything? Also, we got to mention Bruce, his fire department buddy who lost his young daughter due to, I'm sorry, I don't remember though.
No, she didn't say, just she was a special needs child.
Special needs child. I'm sorry for that.
Ron Diso, and we'll put the link to his Instagram name.
Absolutely. Thank you. Please, guys, respond to that Instagram. If anything, most, please put thank you for that. And Ebeth, I appreciate that. Stephen Hastings, another dynamite fisherman. We all will have a party one day together. We all will get together, all of us at the same time. And I thank you guys very much. I thank you. Every day I go on and I see new subscribers and I see you guys writing to me and giving me comments. It makes me so happy. Again, Ebeth and Steve, that was wonderful. I'm just very happy. Other than that, we're going to have to end the show. It's time to end it. It's 7:58. Put my wife on too on this. I'm sorry. Goodbye, guys. Thank you very much. For those of you who are watching, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have some great comment Montauk trips coming up. Also, the guy who taught me to be the first surf fisherman I am today, Bill Wetzel, surfratsball.com. Check his site out. He's the guide to see if you're going to go out to Montauk. Don't call anybody else. Call Bill Wetzel. Watch my videos on him. Probably my #1 video watched out there. It's got about 9,000 views. People like that video, and it's worth it because I give all the information. It's one of my first ones. I did a 40-minute talking. I don't even know how I did that. And then it's about a 10-minute video in the end of me and Bill Wetzel going fishing. So if you're bored of the beginning stuff, fast forward until you see the movement and then start the video. You should have a good time. But thank you to everybody. Thank you to Bill Wetzel always. And I will see everybody on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 1323 girls. Thank you. Thank you, Jason Palmatieri. Thank you, everybody. I've been saying thank you for 15 minutes already. It's time to go. Good night, everybody. And we will see you next time. Ciao, everybody.